welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show that takes, piles of information and boils it down, giving you that shortcut to feeling really informed. And today, you're in for something different. Really unusual, actually.
Yeah.
We're diving into this single audio transcript, and it presents some, fascinating juxtapositions.
Okay.
So our mission today is to unpack these really distinct narratives that are just woven into this one source.
Right.
We'll explore how these totally different kinds of information can sort of unexpectedly coexist and what that tells us about, how we interpret things.
And what's really striking here, I think, is how it challenges you, the listener, to see the different layers. The layers of information that can be packed into what looks like just one thing.
Exactly.
We've pulled out some pretty surprising bits from the transcript itself. It's definitely going to make you think.
Okay, so let's jump right in then. The journey starts with this really immediate, almost visceral reality of a news broadcast. It says J News Channel 4 Studio. And the focus is just laser sharp right on the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
And we're immediately hearing from a live eyewitness on a phone.
Tony Oro.
Yeah. Calling from East 12th Street. And he's describing what he's literally just saw happen. The urgency, it's just, it's palpable.
And his account is so vivid. He actually says he was taking the garbage out of the building to go into the frame and just to dump it.
Right.
When he hears these roaring engines. So he looks up.
Naturally.
Sees a plane zooming right over, not too high up. And then just seconds later, boom.
A boom.
He says he ran to the corner and saw the plane had crashed right in the middle of the World Trade Center. It's just raw, real-time stuff.
And the damage reports coming in immediately from both Tony and the anchor. They're talking fairly significant damage. Tony estimates it hit at least 15 floors. And kind of reiterates that later, too, saying at least 7, 8, 15 stories that had it banged into.
Yeah, that initial confusion, but the scale is clear.
Right. And the sheer impact, combined with that sort of live report chaos, it really pulls you into that specific moment.
And the anchor also mentions seeing things falling off of the building as they're looking. You can almost hear the shock.
Yeah.
And the station itself, they were pushing our camera into the top of the World Trade Center, trying to get a clearer picture of this tragedy unfolding live.
It really underscores that urgency, doesn't it? The struggle to even comprehend what's happening.
Definitely.
Such a powerful snapshot. That raw, immediate, sometimes messy nature of eyewitness news as it happens.
Exactly. A moment captured.
And then,
yeah, just as you're kind of absorbing that, the reality of it, the audio just takes this incredibly abrupt turn. It's almost surreal.
It really is. It's like someone just flipped a switch. Not just channels, but like universes.
Totally.
We're suddenly hearing this completely new voice, a speaker who just calls herself Alice.
Alice. Okay.
In her affiliation, she says, the Umbrella Corporation, which she describes with this sort of chilling calm as the largest, most powerful commercial entity in the world.
So we've gone from breaking news.
So yes, straight out of a science fiction movie, the contrast is just, wow.
It's a huge pivot. And Alice then goes on to detail her role in this totally dystopian setting she's in.
Right.
She says she was head of security at a secret high-tech facility called the Hive.
The Hive.
Yeah, which she explains is a giant underground laboratory developing, experimented, was a people computer that control the of our artificial intelligence redate Red Queen.
Okay, so we're talking secret labs, AI, that's worlds away from East 12th Street.
Completely different reality.
And the conflict she describes, it's this terrifying viral outbreak. And the AI, this Red Queen, its response was to try and kill everyone, whether they were infected or no.
Wow. So not just fiction, but full-blown post-apocalyptic stuff.
Exactly.
And the aftermath she describes is just as grim. Alice says she managed to escape, becoming one of the few survivors, and they had to keep on moving. They started avoiding cities, encountering this never-ending army of undead.
Jeez.
For them, staying on the road seemed the only way to stay alive. It's this picture of constant, relentless flight.
A totally ravaged world she's painting. And then just as you're kind of in that story, bang,
yeah,
the audio just stops.
Right.
With this incredibly jarring, almost nonsensical line. You bet you dropped my baby.
Wait, what?
Exactly. It's just there.
Yeah.
At the end of her section. It leaves you completely disoriented. It really highlights how fragmented this whole source is.
Wow. Okay. So we've got this real world tragedy and then this fictional horror story back to back.
Mm-hmm.
The big question then becomes, what does encountering these two incredibly different worlds, within the same piece of audio, actually tell us?
That's the crucial point, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it immediately makes you think differently about everything you just heard. Understanding the nature of the source.
Right.
Is it raw? Is it edited? Is it, like you said, spliced together? That becomes so important for how you interpret it.
It really does, because the how it's presented tells you almost as much as the what.
And our goal here, just to be clear, is always to convey the ideas in the source material, not to endorse or expand on them ourselves.
Absolutely. And in today's world, with deep fakes and clips taken out of context, recognizing that something might be a compilation or edited, it's vital.
You have to ask, who put this together?
Yeah.
Why?
Exactly. That question forces you to think, does hearing the very real WTC report make the fictional part feel somehow more grounded? Or does the wild fiction maybe make the real news seem almost like another story? It messes with your perception.
It's fascinating how our brains just try to process it, though.
Yeah.
Try to make sense of this new, even a fictional reality, right after something so real.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of extreme juxtaposition really forces you to confront maybe your own biases about what feels true in media.
It's a real lesson in media literacy, how context, even really weird, unexpected context, can subtly change how you feel about everything. So let me ask you, the listener, what really stands out to you about how these different pieces are presented side by side here?
How does putting them together change what they mean individually?
It encourages that deeper look beyond just the surface.
Well, you've definitely been on a unique ride with today's source material. Two incredibly distinct narratives sharing the same space.
Mm-hmm.
You had the raw eyewitness account of a real-world tragedy
Yeah.
smacked right up against this sprawling, fictional, post-apocalyptic tale. It's not your average Tuesday listen.
And that's kind of the point, right? Every source, no matter how strange or disjointed it seems, has insights.
Sure.
Especially about how information gets put together and shown to us. It forces us to constantly question the context.
So here's something to really think about. What does this really unexpected pairing of factual news and wild fiction tell us about information itself?
Yeah, or about how these different kinds of stories can just exist together, sometimes converge, in the media we consume every day.
It's definitely something to mull over as you navigate your own, daily feed of news and stories.
And maybe the next time you come across a source that feels surprising, or maybe even contradictory, think about how you approach it. Try to understand not just the what is being said, but the why behind its presentation.
The intention, the editing, the context.
Because that's often where the really deep understanding lies.